Hello, and welcome back to Section 2. Now that we have an idea of how relating to our users helps, let's go ahead and learn some human-centered design skills. We're going to learn about empathy, what it is and how we use it. We're going to build some empathy maps. We'll then review some observation skills and extract some insights from an exercise of do, say, think, and feel. So here we go. To accomplish the important task of keeping our users at the forefront of our thinking and our web design solutions, we can employ a few empathy-building tools and skills. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. It is a unique human-centered skill that allows us to think and relate to how other users experience the world. In a previous section, we discussed user profiles and personas as a tactic for keeping our users in mind when designing. To build on that understanding, a very useful task is to participate in user interviews. Having touch points with actual users will allow you to gain better understanding and reveal more unique insights when gathering information about the effectiveness of your solutions. Observing, like a fly on the wall, is a passive process that allows you to see how your users interact, while interviews become an active process, and the interaction with users facilitates a conversation and reveals more about your observations. They go hand in hand. You observe, and then you can interview. When talking with users, it's important to frame conversations so that you're learning about their experience and building empathy for your users. The interview exercise of do, say, think, and feel is a great interview and observation tool for rounding out your understanding of a user's experience. You could start with a question like, tell me what you think of the current website. This is an open-ended question that allows your interviewer to be able to observe and answer the do, say, think, and feel of their experience. If your user doesn't answer any of the perspectives that you would want them to ask, you can follow up with questions that allow you to flesh out these individual components. By trying to obtain a perspective of how our user is doing, saying, thinking, and feeling, a user experience designer can build a more complete picture of a particular system. Many people will say one thing, while they will do another thing completely, think a third thing, and feel a fourth thing based on the difference between what they think they know, what they actually do, and what they say they do. Watching a user plus talking to them plus trying to understand their intentions, all the while relating to their experience, equals a more contextual and complete empathy map. We can try this on ourselves. Testing tasks on yourself first can be a useful way to make sure you're familiar with the process before using it on others to produce insights. When building a thinking pattern for others, like do, say, think, and feel, you must first want to own your own solutions. I like to cook, and I always taste my sauce before I serve it to others. Empathy is rooted in shared experience. Therefore, you should use and test your own solutions and ask yourself the same questions before you ask another user. Get out a piece of paper and a pencil. We're going to build an empathy map for ourselves. Draw on the piece of paper a cross. In the upper left square of the cross, label it say. In the lower left, label it do. In the upper right, label it think. And the lower right, label it feel. So it goes do, say, think, and feel. On the lower half, place a statement that says problem, and then you also want to give yourself a portion where you can leave insights. Good. Once you've done this, let's go test this process. Go to www.tomford.com and attempt to navigate to men's small leather goods. Go do that now. Once you have finished exploring tomford.com, from men's to small leather goods, go and fill out your empathy map, starting with the do, then going to the say, the think, and then the feel. The do, you were navigating to small leather goods. What did you say about the process, if you could talk it out loud? What did you think you were doing or what you were trying to do, and how did it make you feel? Take a look at your responses and see if they all connect. We will be using these to draw some insights next. Keep in mind which tasks you could or couldn't do and how you liked or didn't like the aesthetics of the site experience. Take a look at your completed map. Did you learn anything about your experience? An important point about user experiences is that it needs to consider the do, say, think, and feel, because all experience we are attempting to solve use these factors to evaluate our experience in the end. Let's define some insights from our experience with TomFord.com. An insight is an understanding of a specific cause and effect in a specific context. Look at your empathy map and see if any unique items jump out. If your feelings and your actions are not in line, that could be a problem area with the website. If your thinking was made confused, or you said, "Ooh, I don't like that," or, "Well, what part of the experience didn't you like?" Personal insights, like the one we are uncovering by going through this empathy map for ourselves, can be used during interviews with others. And the learnings that we've gained from our own do, say, think, and feel can be balanced against and matched up to the experiences that others have, and help us relate patterns in experience. When multiple users have similar outcomes or issues, that could lead to insights and issues that are justified and balanced from our personal bias. We are starting to build out our observation skills and improve our empathy for our users. Empathy is important for a user experience designer, and we need to improve our empathy through living in the experiences ourselves, but also using empathy to learn about others and use these interview tools to dig deeper and reveal insights, future potential changes. Empathy gathering is a constant task, but it has the greatest impact towards the beginning of solving problems, as it helps us identify and reveal patterns for where issues occur. Plus, it's something that we have to work on all of the time. In the next video, we're going to get into observation and problem mapping.